Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Now we start with a Three of Swords. Don't freak out. This card's not all bad. It does represent sorrow. It does represent the understanding the process of creation on the mental plane. This is the card that reminds us that what we think about, we attract. That what we envision, we manifest. Okay? Let's see where this is going. Let's put it into some context with the Dove and Serpent spread. We are manifesting power, assertiveness, confidence, and pleasure. And, lover's energy. All right, look at that. Now, we have the lovers and the sun. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's a romantic situation. It very well could be. We'll talk about that. Oh, look at that. Pisces energy, your power card in the future. Yes, see, we are manifesting power. We are manifesting strength. We've got some devil energy. We've got good earth energy. Queen of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups. Very nice. Very, very nice. I think we are manifesting love in one way or the other, whether it's romantic, whether it's just family, personal, whether it's just spiritual love, whether it's friendship, whether this is the passion and the purpose and the interest in a new career or creative project, whatever it is. That Ace of Cups is a blank check of love, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to put it down right here. We're going to put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, okay? Let's do it together. Let's make it a practice. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition, yeah? Trying to make this channel a little more interactive, all right? Let's take a look around the room. We've got some good stuff going on. Major, major, major. The spirit is, you're under the shadow of the wings of spirit here, okay? Major, major, major arcana. You are being, you're being sheltered. You are being protected by the spirit, okay? So I think that you are, my first impression is that you are grieving. Okay, I think there's a younger energy. Don't know if it's necessarily male or female, but I feel like there's a younger energy in your life that maybe has passed recently, or there's been some sort of a separation. I feel like they're not with you physically anymore. Okay, I'm getting an R name, and I feel like they maybe had something with the top of their head, something in that area that either was related to their passing or just something distinct about that area, okay? And sometimes these details come in as just a way to validate the energy that we're kind of honing in on, all right? Let's look around again. We've got major, 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 major. We've got fire. We've got water. We've got a little bit of air. And the air is kind of the central thing. There's not really a lot of it, right? So I don't feel like you're confused. I don't feel like you have, any kind of issues communicating. I think what it is that you're starting to turn around the thought process. You're starting to take control, that Five of Wands. Take control of what you're thinking about, how you're thinking about it. What kind of energy are you surrounding yourself with? Because Spirit's here. If we choose to acknowledge that and focus on that and focus on the strength that that gives us, the creativity, the love, the possibility, the openness, the acceptance, that's what will manifest. But if we're focusing on the hurt and the pain and the negative stuff and all of the things that were wrong or things that were taken away or how that felt at the time, that's what we're going to remain in. Okay, so the Three of Swords is basically the memory, right? It's the mind, and all the mind really is memory. It's associations, right? So if we are constantly living in the past, reliving the past, remembering the past, we keep injuring ourselves again and again because those feelings that are associated with these memories, those feelings act in the present moment. Our subconscious, our mind, our psyche, our body even, can't distinguish between, oh, this is something that happened a long time ago. It doesn't bother me anymore. It can and usually does. We may convince ourselves, I'm not bothered, right? Reminds me of that Catherine Tate. She did that sketch comedy show. I love it. Everything bad that would happen, she'd say, I'm not bothered. But you could see she was bothered. But that's a trick that we kind of use, right? So when we focus on these negative things, we might say, man, it doesn't bother me to think about them, but it is. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to think about things that have happened in the past. It's okay to kind of understand those feelings and process those feelings. But if we're constantly reliving those experiences, that's what we're going to manifest. That's the energy that we're going to be in. And as long as we're aware of that and we're doing that consciously, then it's okay. I think you are understanding that and doing it consciously, and I think you're moving forward now. I think that you're beginning to focus your mental, psychic energy on those things that you want, those things that we wish to manifest, that we wish to attract, that we wish to create. And ultimately, it's love, right? It's healing. It's beauty, pleasure, creativity. It is spirit. It's all these great things. Yeah. All these great things. Spirit is telling me to mention something about your foot or ankle having issues or something, foot or ankle, maybe even the toes or something. I feel like there's kind of like a little bit of a limp. I mean, I don't know if you stubbed your toe or twisted an ankle or something like that. I'm being told to mention the foot ankle area. Five of Wands. Let's talk about this. This is our assertiveness. This is our control. This is us realizing that we have the power, right? That we can, and it's not easy to do, but we have the ability, should we choose to activate it, to control how we think and what we think about. And it's not easy, of course, but we make the effort. And this is, to me, this is what meditation's about. A lot of the time. These two cards really remind me of that. When you're sitting down trying to meditate, and some of you do meditation where you focus on the breath, or you focus on like a mantra or one particular thought or image. It could be that a lot of us are meditating on the sun, right? On the star, like the literal kind of, focusing on the symbol of a sun in our mind's eye. Whatever it is that we choose. The mind will wander. We don't get mad at our mind. We don't curse it and, get upset by it. No, we just gently pull it back to our image, to our thought, to our breath. I like to focus on the sensation of breathing at, the tip of the nose. But whatever the symbol is, whatever the object of meditation is, the mind will wander. Okay, before you know it, you're thinking of baseball or cricket or football or something. We bring it back to the breath. Yeah. And that's what these are. The mind usually goes to these past things or fantasies, or for whatever reason, the human mind likes to go to all that negative stuff that happened to us back in the day or yesterday. we just gently bring it back to what we're focusing on. Yeah. And we can get specific with this kind of meditation. We can start thinking of the kind of love that we want. How does that feel? Focus on that. The mind will wander to other things. The bills. I got to go to work tomorrow. All these different things. Just gently bring it back. That's the 5 of Wands here. You don't always have to use force on everything. Not everything is a nail that you have to hammer, right? We certainly don't want to do that to ourselves. We don't want to be too forceful with ourselves when we're trying to gently direct our energy, okay? But I think you're focused on this. I think you're very much aware of this. Sometimes you need a little bit more of a push. Sometimes you need a little bit more of a gentle energy. So we've got the 5 here, and the 5 is us knowing how to turn the dial. You don't just always crank it up to 10, right? You got to know. You need a 6, a 3, maybe, whatever it is. And what we're trying to establish is this harmony. And we've got harmony here with the 6 of Cups. Okay. And the 6 of Cups to me is deep down underneath it all, you want connection. You want to focus on the beauty and the pleasure and the happiness and the love, even though there's choppy waters all around us, right? You look at that card, you see those 6 very beautiful cups or lamps, but we see that the seas are starting to get a little rough out there. Maybe there is a storm approaching. Maybe we just have gotten out of the storm, right? And what we're searching for is this idea of harmony, of steadiness, almost of tranquility, that we can be calm in the storm. Yeah. So it's kind of like we're not looking for just joy and bliss and absolute perfect, love and excitement and all of this kind of euphoria. We're just looking to be calm in the storm, right? And I think that's really kind of what Spirit is offering you right now. But if we look at the path of the serpent, we end up with this pure bliss, right? So you do have the opportunity to get as close to this as you can. Now, the idea of the Ace of Cups is it kind of looks like a bowl of sugar, right? Someone out there has a sweet tooth. We never really get to the summit of this. We don't ever get to this experience of absolute pure bliss and union, right? Because if you become sugar, you can no longer taste sugar, right? So for those of you that do have the sweet tooth out there, could you imagine if you were sugar, you wouldn't taste it. It wouldn't be like anything to you. We need the contrast, right? We need the idea that there's still something out there for us to work toward. To make that, that's the motivating thing, right? The sugar bowl kind of at the top of the hill there makes you motivated to climb up the hill and to do the difficult thing to get there. Now, the lover's energy in the past. This is I've already talked about this. I think that this is someone that is no longer with you in the present, in the flesh. Now, I think that this might either be a separation or this is some kind of a loss of a loved one that you've experienced, and you do have my sincere condolences. But with the lover's energy, I feel like it's kind of, in a way, this is what we want to experience again. And I wonder if the 6 of Cups underneath here is us kind of thinking, well, I wonder if I'm ever going to experience this again. Yeah. I feel like this was the person in your life that really enjoyed birds or bird watching or had a pet bird or something to do with birds. I feel as if we're trying to convince ourselves, and that's the struggle of these 2 cards. We're trying to redirect our energy and our thinking to say, yes, I can have these things again. I will have these things again. But I don't know how long it's been, since this thing happened. So we have to be easy. We have to be forgiving with ourselves, okay? Now, we've got this sun energy up here, and I do think it was a younger energy, and I do think that there was something with the head. I feel like this is us trying to connect with spirit again. Okay, and I think that really this is kind of a motivation. We've got a 6 of cups here, and this kind of represents the sun as well, right? The 6s all kind of represent this solar energy. We really are looking at the sun and thinking, please, like, let me feel the warmth. Let me feel like I'm healing. Let me feel comforted, right? And so I think that this is also our aspiration to kind of to know God better. Goddess, deity, guardian angel, spirit guides, whatever you want to call that energy, that divine energy. That we want to see it close up in our life. We want to feel the warmth of it. Because I feel like right now we kind of need that. Yeah. And right now it might seem, at times, it might seem like the future's kind of cold and dark. See, we have the moon energy. This is your power card, after all, but it's still the moon card, right? So this card is still talking about the uncertainty of the future, the cold, dark kind of prospect that we see out there. You know, we want to believe, we want to feel the warmth, we want the light. But we're also in that kind of mode, I think we switch back and forth, of thinking, am I going to find it? You know? Because the future seems dark and uncertain. We almost wonder, like, how can I experience something good and blissful and euphoric again? How can I have that openness of heart? How can I have that love again? You know? But the secret of this card is that the sun is just about to rise. Yeah? So I think when we get this card, especially in the future position, this is telling me that very soon you will feel this sun rising in your life. And the sun is healing. It is health and wealth. It is beauty. It is pleasure. It is freedom. It is warmth, right? It is the source of all light and life and love. Yeah. Spirit's telling me to mention something about cinnamon. Did you or someone, maybe this person we're talking about, do that kind of prank or whatever where you put a spoonful of cinnamon in your mouth? Don't try that if you haven't. But I'm kind of getting a picture of somebody doing like the spoonful of cinnamon. Sounds terrible, but I'm being told to mention that. But let's go to the path of the serpent now. All right, and as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay. All right. Devil energy now as your kind of general energy. The devil card to me sometimes represents this idea that we are... we're doing this kind of solo climb, that we have this ambition, that we've made this decision to to kind of harden ourselves, right? That we've steeled our heart, we've hardened it, we've sectioned it off, and we're just going to climb. I'm just going to focus on, like, for instance, I'm going to focus on work. I'm going to just devote all my time to my financial, physical success. I don't need anybody else. It's kind of like accepting this perceived fate of, I'm just going to do it alone. I'm going to do it on my own, and I'm going to climb to the top, and that's going to be fine. It's kind of like we've resigned ourselves to not needing that love energy, not needing connections, right? And we're just this lonely goat that's climbing up the mountain, and you're going to climb very high. And you know that you're going to achieve this kind of physical success. But I think really the idea is when we get to the top, we're going to realize, I really miss that sunshine, you know? And it could be even with this devil energy that we feel like if we were to just kind of silence our heart and get out of our emotional energy and just focus on our ambition, focus on our climb up the mountain here, that we will find the sun at the top of that hill, the top of Mount Everest. We'll get to the top, it'll be warm and sunny and beautiful and blissful, and it's not like that. You get to the top of Everest, it's cold, it's deadly. You got to get back down. It's not, I mean, there's that euphoria, I think, when you get there. But it's not that kind of, it's not that warm, sunny, kind of happy feeling, especially knowing that you're only halfway done. You still got to go all the way back down again. So I feel like this is our commitment, this is our ambition, this is our choice to kind of go focusing on work or career or the physical existence and not need the depth. I don't need the water energy. I don't need the sunshine, you know? And I feel like in the environment, you know, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the environment, and that's a good successful energy, right? But I think that it's lonely at the top here. And I think the Queen is always looking at the past. See? Looking at the long and winding road that they traverse to get where they are. So I feel like this proposed life that you're leaning in that energy. Well, I'm just gonna focus on this. I don't need anything else, right? I think when you get there, you're going to look back at the past and think of all the things that we missed. Yeah. You're going to be longing for something else. You're going to be kind of feeling that there's this emptiness, that there's something missing from this success. Now, you could reach the absolute heights of career and finances and physical, you know, existence, but there's something there that's missing. Okay? So this is a very good card, but it's also a card that's kind of nostalgic for, you know, it kind of has these regrets, right? Kind of longing for something else. So more earth energy, 8 of Pentacles. Slow your roll. Slow down. Let's be a little bit more careful. Let's stop really. The 8 of Pentacles is one of these cards. The 9 of Pentacles, it does this kind of thing too, but kind of stopping to smell the roses. Yes, we have this now. You're focusing on this ambition that you're just thinking, well, maybe I should just focus on career and try to ignore everything else. As an example. This is a card that says, no, you can focus on your career, but you have to stop and smell the flowers. You have to, and I wonder if someone in your family is known for their garden, known for their green thumb, right? So I think when I say stop and smell the flowers, I think that's something that you literally did when you were younger with this family member and I don't feel like they had a vegetable garden. I feel like they had flowers. But it's kind of this idea of slowing down in the afternoon, not really focusing on it, not being so goal-oriented, just experiencing, you know, the bugs and the noises and the smells and all the colors and all of this sort of thing, immersing yourself in the experience. Yeah. And this, I think, is the difficult thing for you, slowing down now. Right? But I like that we're kind of getting a control over our thoughts, that we're not wallowing in the grief. You know what I mean? We're not just kind of sitting in our sadness, that you're focused on kind of how to move forward. I think you have the right idea, but I think we have to slow down as well and allow this love and this sunshine into our lives. So you've got these two at the very top. And this is what we're really, you know, working toward. And I think you have your power card here for a reason, that this says you can have the life you want, that we can have as little or as much love and beauty and pleasure and spirit in our life as we want. Yeah. Ace of Cups. And I think that this is going to present itself as a new opportunity for you. I think in the next year, and I know that sounds like a long time, give it a few months, give it a year or so. To focus on moving forward in your life, but focus also on slowing down and enjoying the experience that you're in. Just when you're having a cup of coffee, be there with your coffee, you know. Be there and smell the aroma and taste it and look at it and feel it, the warmth of the cup and all this sort of thing. And allow yourself to slowly open up the heart chakra, and allow this water energy in, because it is what you really want in life. But like I said, there's this idea that maybe I just need to deny that and focus on this earth energy, and that's going to be the best, option. Give it some time, okay? And I would bet that within 12 months or so, you will find a lot of opportunities to make more connections. It could be romantic connections. It could be closer family bonds. It could really be an immersion in something that really does activate your spiritual energy, this awareness of spirit in your life. Because like I said, you're under the auspices of spirit right now. You're being kind of sheltered and protected. Spirit is here in your life. You're under the shadow of the wings of spirit right now. And I think we don't want to run like the goat would want to do. We don't want to run away so fast. If we take it slow, then I really feel like we're kind of, we're able to move with all of this energy together, and a lot of good kind of heart-opening experiences are coming your way. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card now. Let's see what this is going to be. I would love to see the Empress. I would love to see, what else here? I think the Empress is really the one that I want to see. I think that's the only thing coming to me. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, Three of Cups. This this feels like some Empress energy to me. This is a lot of opportunities to feel the love in the room. This is closer, romantic bonds and family bonds and close friendships and really meaningful experiences in your life. But you have to be open to these. And that Ace of Cups is the source of all of that. Yeah. And if we're open to that, if we're working toward that, and if we're acknowledging that, if we're visualizing that, and if we're thinking about that and kind of gearing our energy toward that, then this is what your life will be. You'll have more moments of this kind of, this is a card of celebration, sure. But to me, this is the understanding the process of creation on the spiritual, emotional plane. Understanding how to make more moments like this in your life. Yeah. And I think that is a very big accomplishment, especially after we've almost resigned ourselves to saying, I'll never have this again. No, you can, and you will. And we're going to do an extended reading now. If you want to stick around, click on the link either in the corner or down below in the video description. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. But I'm here every day. Come on back, see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. Okay? I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.